This is Gerald Jo van Was. Let's describe another English word that very much describes the object by the combination of letters. I have a backup theory that you can see resumed there. It takes a while to get used to it because it's a reference frame almost of positions of a focus that directs you into the right description also of positions, positions that represent a certain direction in which you have to think to make the description of the word in the end. It's very unconsciously that we use it. We use it as a sort of balance. We hear that and we more or less feel these things, but very, very vaguely. But they work. They are a system which is as real as numbers are. They exist. Not everybody is aware of them, but you can learn them. And thanks to this almost like just with this scheme alone, and then with some advice how to read it, you can learn to even make this work as a sound inform theory as well. Because most of my focus was like, okay, can we also represent the form which is forming itself around these letters? Yes, we can do that as well, even though it's not always meant like that. It's sometimes just a direction, it's just an orientation, it's a field of orientation, it's a frame that we are talking about. Not just objects, of course, but towel is an object, and this object is described with these letters. And the first letter is the T, and T is basically just a position, just a little bit up. You can see where it is, and that's where we will build functional orientation around it. It starts with T, so it's mostly just about that position there. Around that is the O. Written down, it's or is that spatial environment a little bit, but spatial in the sense also that something is happening there. It's happening like it's happening in the environment. Something is connected to it into some organization, how it's organized. Mostly it is also like it's organized for a specific moment or specific moment that you can use it. So now you can say it's a function that has its moment there. Because it's pronounced actually as ow, okay, because of the W next, because it will blend into the W, it will not have the O, just as the environment it will lead to the W, it will prepare itself that it will have a connection to this field of orientation. Vowels are fields of orientation, not much more than that, while the physical object is around T, W, and L. So you have already the T, and then it will go slightly towards the W, slightly, like ow. And the W is then, of course, building further around it. And with the L to it, it will also give it a little bit more form, a physical form. And this form has then a certain thickness, let's say. And that's the towel, basically, not much more than that. And around that point where it's grasped, that's how we see the towel. And if I look up towel randomly, so you can just look up like okay, let's buy some towel. Then you have these three kinds of images. That's one image. They're all recognizable that they are towel. But if you have just a flat towel, it's hardly recognizable. It could be something completely different. And even the other one is okay. It is recognizable, but it could have been something else. Could even be a purse or whatever. If you're not looking very carefully, but that towel, how it hangs there it has the qualities, the structure, the physical reality, how we can realize it best. And how is this towel described in letters? Exactly like that one, where you can recognize it best. And the influence of what comes first is how we recognize it best, or how we can recognize it best via the letters that describe this. It doesn't really matter what comes first. It fits best. The description of the letters, how the letters themselves together describe this object around this point, around where this hangs, this loosely form with a certain thickness. There you can realize all of its physical qualities well, and the letters describe this thing exactly well. So it's not just randomly. If it was randomly, then you could associate these other things there as well. The letters describe something so that you can realize the thing better. They are all these three images are towels, but you can recognize all of its qualities only in the way, just the way as how we orientate ourselves with this letter combination upon that object. It makes us realize what it is even better. That's my point. I hope this was enjoyable. Leave a comment if you like. Subscribe to the YouTube channel or to the Facebook page. There's a website too where you have a list of previous words. So if you have a doubt of a certain letter, how can you represent a certain letter? It's alphabetically, so it should be helpful to look up there what you don't realize well enough, or which is a bit more difficult, or you want some other variations of the same thing from a different angle. That's all possible via this list, and some books to prepare you as well if you like. Thanks again for watching. Bye.